Hey guys, this is Mark. Right now I'm going to do a gaming review of the Vido Mini 1 HD. The reason for this is I was checking the forums on similar tablets that have the 4:3 aspect ratio at 7.9 inches just to see if maybe I made the wrong decision. There's a lot of them out there. It seems like that's a popular size, and there's many different manufacturers that's putting it out right now. So anyway, I checked the forums and I saw that a lot of tablets seem to have problems with gaming performance, and this tablet doesn't. So I'm happy to say I don't have buyer's remorse. And for anyone still trying to make a decision on which one of these 7.9-inch tablets to buy, because there's a lot out there, I'm going to show you the gaming performance. Before I start, I should say that right now I'm outputting via HDMI, of course, at 720p. I did that purposely because the tablet is approximately 720p. It wouldn't take that much of a performance hit. If I chose 1080p, it wouldn't be as fair. The frames per second would be a lot lower. So I chose 720p. Also, I'm going to be using Bluetooth. I have the 6-axis controller here, and I'm going to sync it now. I should say the tablet is rooted, but there's no custom ROM on here. There's no custom firmware on here. There are custom ROMs available. CyanogenMod is available. There's AOSP ROMs available, and there's even custom firmwares available for this tablet. I don't think everyone's going to root, so I basically kept it clean, and I only rooted it so I can use a 6-axis app and another app that's going to be showing the frames per second. They both require root. So let's start this and have it sync up, and that should happen in a moment. Takes a little while. Bluetooth had to be started. I don't keep Bluetooth on. Good, it's synced. Alright, and the next thing I'll launch before I get into the games, because I'm going to try to make this quick. I'm going to run 4 games, and I'm going to try not to spend a lot of time. I'm going to give each game 2 minutes. Now, I don't have a clock in front of me, but that's the goal, 2 minutes. Here we go. This app is a frames per second meter. It also requires root access. Just going to go ahead and start the service. And the first game I'll launch is called Order in Chaos. Before I do that, actually, I need to set the profile to Order in Chaos. Basically what I did was I just mapped all the touch buttons and saved it as a profile. For those that don't know what this game is, it's basically World of Warcraft for Android. Alright, great. This is a new character that I created just to test the game out. And this game is old. It's been around for years now. But GameLoft continues to update it. I think the most recent update was maybe a month ago. But I can tell you now it's not optimized for this processor. the frames per second, let me just turn this down. You're going to see an average frames per second here. That updates every minute. So when there's a still screen, for example, the loading screen is 0 frames per second. So the average is low. Although that's probably going to be an average of this game after a minute. So let me just turn the audio back up. And again, just as you see, I'm using Bluetooth to control the device. You don't have to use Bluetooth. This controller works via USB as well. If I chose to use USB, the performance wouldn't suffer as much, but I like wireless. Right. So if you look, the frames per second are horrible. Just going to move around a little bit. If I wasn't connected via HDMI and I was using a touchscreen as opposed to the 6-axis controller, I'd say I get an extra 3 to 5 frames per second, which is still horrible. So what I'm going to do is just attack this dummy really quick. There we go. I mean, that's pretty much it. You just walk around to different merchants or NPCs and you get new quests. Like I would walk up to this guy here, press whatever button I set. There we go. And my goal is to get this spell, Courage. I'll buy it. And then go back to my quest giver, which I believe is up here. Or maybe I was required to use the spell. Let's see. Alright, whatever. Alright, well, whatever. I didn't read the quest log. I don't think it really matters. As you can see, the average frame per second is 12. So, I don't advise running this game at all. The next one I'll run is Dead Trigger. And you know what? I need to change the profile. I have to do that every time. Dead Trigger has gamepad support built in, so I simply change the profile to none. Go ahead and choose the main quest. Alright, and I'll play this for about two minutes or so, just to get a good reading. And I should have mentioned the game settings are, the graphical detail is set to ultra or however high it allows it to go on this particular tablet. And I'll check that again before I exit out. I'm pretty sure it goes to high. Ultra, I believe, is only for Tegra cards. So I'll resume. And right now the average is 34 frames per second. That's acceptable. You know, I wouldn't call that very smooth. I would call that good enough. You know, very smooth would be above 50. You know, it doesn't have to be 60, but above 50 would be ideal. But of course, 34 frames per second is playable. Just let me drop down the torrent somewhere. It's good.
Is that all you got?
And the FPS dropped down to 30. I don't know if it's the area or the fact that it's another. The torrent is down. The average is now 29. Yeah, this has to be on the least high. As you can see, the water effects are there. And that should be good. That's it for Dead Trigger. As you can see, the average is about 30. Next, I'll play Modern Combat 4. I showed this in the previous video I did, but the game was recently updated. Also, some people felt that the frames were really low in the video. I don't think it was. I felt that the frames per second were pretty strong. No, it wasn't above 50, but it was still pretty strong. So I'm going to turn the audio up and start playing. Oh, well. I need to change the profile first, so let's switch that from none to Modern Combat.
Taking heavy fire! Requesting support! Under enemy fire! Friendly! Moving to your position, Harbor 1. Engaging hostiles.
Sir, we've got access to a drone.
Copy that.
As you can see, the frames per second are pretty high, 44. The drone is kind of slowing down the action here, so I'll try to do this quickly.
Incoming drone! To the right! Enemy helo! Inbound! Enemy chopper! inside to reach the hostages.
Copy that. You're cleared for hostage rescue.
Moving to position. Phoenix, you're with me. Let's go. Move. Okay, Phoenix. Stay calm and follow my lead.
I think I see someone. Can't be sure.
Look out! Engaging hostile traffic fire! Move! Move! Understood, Chief. We'll rappel down the exterior wall and catch the terrorists off guard. I heard someone out there. Shit! Contact! Enemy forces! Yeah! Expect fire! Get together to a firing together! Form their position!
All right. Oh, well, you know what? I didn't check the frames per second. I'm sure you guys saw that. I believe it. That's pretty low, actually. Let me just go back to the checkpoint. And I'll skip it this time.
They mentioned the president. Killing him. I've got this under control, sir. You go after the terrorists.
Alright, I'll stop here. Frames per second average is 35. So, that's passing. You know, I would like it to be a lot higher than that. Again, like I said, 50 and above is ideal when playing any game. So let's exit this, and last game, we're racing. Before I start that, let me go to 6-axis and change it to real racing. I don't know if this is true or not, but people say that this is the most graphical demanding game for iOS and Android. I've honestly never played the game. I loaded it, mapped the controls, and then closed it. It's a free game though, so if you're big on this type of game, you know, download it. It's free. It looks pretty. I'll give it that much. Alright, looks like I need to rotate the steering wheel left. Let me just touch the screen. Alright. Alright. Brake. Okay. Alright, let me just change the settings on the controller. No, when I mapped it, it was here. It looks like the buttons may have moved around though. Let's see. Zoom. Okay, good. right, race is over. As you see, it averages 46 frames per second. So I'm not sure if that really is the most graphical intensive game, or maybe EA decided to optimize the game for the rock trip. Who knows? But 44 frames per second is the average. It scored the highest out of all the games I showed you today. So let me know what you guys think. If you want me to test something else out, let me know. I'm really liking this tablet here. If you guys have any questions, just post them down in the chat log. Later.